What's up? What's going on, guys? It's Ivan. So in our previous video, we've integrated our ClickBank with GetResponse so that whenever someone buys a product on ClickBank, they are automatically added to another campaign for people that bought, okay? So in this video, I wanted to finish that process by automatically removing them from their current campaign when they are added to the new one, okay? So let's jump right in. So the reason I have two windows here is because I may need to go back and forth to show you guys certain things while we go through this, what we call automation workflow. And what it is, what an automation workflow is it's basically conditional actions. So if someone opens this message, then do this. If someone opens this link, then do this, okay? So let's begin. I'm gonna click create new, and again, make sure you're on your right campaign, okay? So we need to be on diabetes 1. Click on create a workflow. And the first thing I'm going to show you guys is how to automatically remove them from the old campaign after they're added to the new one. So just whenever you click on this, just click next. It may give you a little trial at first when you first do this, so just click interactive tutorial off, okay? Just click off on that button for you guys. So let's start from scratch. So these are all the different conditions that you have here at the top. I'm going to go over all of them in this video. You have all these actions here at the bottom. So do what when someone does this, and then you have these filters. All right, so I'll go over all that in a minute. So let's start off with adding or removing someone from the old campaign after they're added to the new one. So what we have to do is we have to make a condition. So we're gonna put this anywhere here, right? The cool thing about this is it's like a big workspace. You can just put it anywhere. So we'll put it here, and it may seem a lot at first, but you'll get used to it over time. It gets much easier. So here it says subscribe to any campaign via any method. So if someone subscribes, then what do we want them to do? We need them to remove from the old campaign. So I'm gonna go down here, actions, and I'll click on remove campaign. Okay, so let's do this first. Let's adjust this one. Once you put something in, you need to go to your properties. So we're gonna go to properties, and it says here subscribe to any campaign. So we need to remove them after they subscribe to our diabetes bot campaign, right? But we don't want it to be any campaign. We want it to be after they join the diabetes bot. So we need to go to these properties. We need to go to specific. So when they subscribe to this specific Diabetes 1 bot campaign, and you can see how they subscribe automatically through our integration with ClickBank in this video over here, where I show you to do that. So once they buy your product, they're automatically put into this campaign. And select any method. It doesn't matter. API is basically this third-party method we use via our integration with ClickFunnels, which again you can see in this video. But basically we've set that up now. So now we need to remove them from the other campaign, right? The old one. So select where we want to remove them from. So I'm going to say specific campaign. Campaign we need to remove them from is the old one, this diabetes 1. And there you go. That's it. Now what we have to do is we just need to combine it. So there you go. We're done. We're going to click save and publish. And we finished that part. So let me just walk through what we did here again. I'm going to click manage. So now the status of this is on. So what does this mean? Let's go over this again. I'm going to click edit. So what this means is that whenever someone subscribes to your new campaign by buying a product, they're automatically subscribed, okay? So that's the reason why it says subscribed, is because they're automatically subscribed once they buy your product on ClickBank. They will be removed from the diabetes campaign, which is the old campaign, and they will be receiving a new set of emails, which you guys will have to create, right? You just click on the same process we did when we set up our autoresponders like we did in this video, but for another campaign. So that's what you would do, and they would receive other emails. Okay, so that's that. So now let me just go over some other options for you which may be really, really useful. So for example, here we have this condition link clicked, okay? Link clicked. So we can drag this down here, and we can pick, so again, I'm going to go to properties, and we can select, you know, in our case, we've mostly focused on autoresponder, so I'm going to go on autoresponder. We can select what link we want people to click to trigger a particular action. We can select that. Or we can just say any link on this message. Okay, so suppose I'm going to say a specific link. So I'm going to pick my message. We had two, and then this one was from a different campaign, I think. So our our first email, I think, was, hey, welcome to the list. And then we're going to choose a link. So which particular link? In that case, we only had one. But if you have different links, it may be useful to have to use this, because then, for example, if your first link is about, hey, check out this video, your second link is, hey, check out this PDF, your third video is, hey, go to my blog, then you may want to send different emails to different people, right? People that are interested in blogs or videos or PDFs, okay? But in our example, we only have one link, so I'll say that. And then, so we've done that. Let me just quickly go to this and then I'll go back. So then we can maybe send them a message, and we could say, select a specific newsletter, like, we're going to have to make up a newsletter, which is just a basic email. So this is just telling you that it's going to be automatically sent. So what this does is, if they click on a particular link in our email, they will get another email. Okay, so something very cool. You'll be able to differentiate and kind of really focus down your target audience. So over here also, just like I said, I'm going to go back for a bit. It says here, this option, run multiple times. What that means is that if the same person clicks on a particular link many times, they will get that same email, this same action email many times, okay? So depending on how you want to structure your campaign, I'll probably put it on off, because if one person has already clicked something, I don't want them getting the same exact promotions, right? They've already seen it, they already know what it's about, so we don't want to spam them with the same material. So I'll click off. Then what this means, this is also important. So if you want to send a message, so let me just move this down a bit. So if you want to, oh, I think I clicked the link by accident. Oh, I clicked that. So if you want to send a message to the people that didn't click your link, then we need to send another message. So let me just do that as well. Send a message, and we're gonna send, I don't know, nation newsletter. Well, we only have one really newsletter message. Let me go to my drafts. Okay, so here's my draft copies that I have. So remember how we clicked on Save as Draft in one of our previous videos? So if you actually want to send a newsletter that has not been sent out to anyone, you just want to have a newsletter just in case for situations like this, you have to save it as draft and then open as draft, okay? And you can do that here. So this is why I opened two windows. Let me just show you really quickly. You can do that by going to, let me see, let me just remember, manage autoresponders. Yeah, so here we have two emails. Hold up, let me just try to quickly remember where your drafts are. My newsletters here, okay? So you go at the top here, you go to my newsletters and you go to drafts over here, and here you see all your drafts, and you can delete whatever ones you know don't fit your profile, okay? So that's how you can do that. And then, so suppose we want to send them this email, okay? And again, this tells you that it's going to be sent out automatically, so just click OK. And that's that. So they're going to receive this email. So again, you can click run multiple times or not, as we discussed previously what that is, right? It sends the same message to people who repeatedly do that. And we combine it, okay? We need to combine it. So now what this does is when someone clicks a particular link, they will get this email. And when someone doesn't click the link, they'll get this mail. Now, the question that arises is, well, what's the definition of them not clicking a link? Like, how much time should pass? Well, that's what you set right over here. So you go to, so you go to the main email, and notice here at the bottom it says when to assume the condition wasn't met. So if you say never, then they will basically never receive this email, because then whenever they click the link for an eternal period of time, they will then get this email. But there's no deadline, basically, okay? So you're setting a deadline here. So you can set a deadline, for example, 3 days. And what this is going to do is that if they don't click on this link for 3 days, then they will receive this message, all right? So that's basically what that does. Really useful tool. So you can do the same thing for message opened. So instead of opening is clicking on a particular link, you could also say message open. So if they open, so here I go here, so you can select which newsletter, and you can select which one in particular did they open. So here, autoresponder, right? So here's our autoresponder sequence, and if people that opened this email, maybe you want to send them another email. related to that one, because that shows that they're interested, right? Something like that. So you can use this as statistics. And whenever you want to delete anything, you just click this little button here, the little trash can on the top right. Okay, so that's that. That's the message opened option. Special event is also pretty cool. This one's mostly for birthdays. So if, right, when we set up our landing page, we have the option to put in the person's name and email address. They can, when they receive an email, there's a little option at the bottom to change your details. So if I go here and I click on, by the way, I need to make this diabetes campaign. So if I go here and I click on down the bottom, it says change contact details. Okay, so they can enter and change their information there. And if, for example, it comes the day that it's their birthday, right? Their birthday arises, May 3rd, whatever. Then you can send them maybe on the day of the birthday, you can send them a message saying happy birthday. So that's also pretty cool, right? People that, like, it makes them feel special, right? It makes them feel like you legitimately care about them if you're sending them this stuff, right? And you know their birthday. Of course, this assumes that they're going to input their information in, but regardless, it's still good to have. So that's that special event. You have your custom field change. So this is also pretty cool. So like I just mentioned, they can change their information at the bottom. So if they change anything, you can trigger a response. So select a custom field. So if they change any one of these, if they change their phone number to either any value, so if they just change their phone number, period, then you can send them a message, or you can do a variety of things, right? We'll go into those a bit later on. Or if they change their phone number to a particular number, then you can also change it. So this is best not to do with phone number, but for example, with city. So if they change their city, for example, if they move now, so maybe city equals, let's say Vancouver. So when they change their city, as soon as they change their city to Vancouver, they will get this action, whatever we decide to do, okay? So that's pretty cool as well. That's that, and again, there's a variety of options you have here. You can do city, right? You can do state, you can do country, okay? So pretty cool also. So that's that. That's the custom. So message sent. So if the message has just been sent, then you can do any one of these. So if the message is sent, you can immediately remove them, for example. You can send them another message if it's been sent. I wouldn't really maybe focus on this too much right now while we're starting off, because like we already have our automation process, right? We already have our autoresponders. So when they have a message sent, we don't need to spam them with other additional emails, but this is basically what it is. So when a message is sent, if you want to send them another special promotion or something like that, you can do that. You can send them another message, or you can remove them from campaign or add them to another campaign, right? Basically, this is to confirm that the message has successfully sent. So we can do these things now to this person, okay? So I'll delete that. Now these options are, well, these four are available if you upgrade to this pro mode. So basically what they are is they help track your visits on your page. So for example, visited URL, it helps track people that visited your website without clicking on any get response links. Okay, so this is kind of functioning like our click magic, okay, which we talked in this video over here, which helps us track progress. Purchase helps track the actual progress that people do. Abandoned cart is people that went to your sales page, the final sales page where you enter your details and then they left. Okay, so something really cool, allows you to see what's going on, right? Now, looking for score basically sets a score. So if you do decide to upgrade, what it does is it gives people a score. So if you can say, if people open this link or if people open this message, then give them 5 points. If people didn't open, subtract 2 points. And then whenever you want to reward those people, maybe you can say people that have over 50 points, send them this message or give them this free item. Okay, so something pretty cool too. Now this if tag, we first have to select, we first have to add a tag. Okay, and what a tag is it basically tags people. It puts them into a category. So for example, if you have a message here, so let's say message opened, or let's say link clicked, okay? So we'll do this thing again. So this is a bit of a mess, but keep in mind I'm just using this as like my little blackboard, right, to show you guys different examples for different things. Okay, so when any newsletter is clicked, so we have that. For example, we need to add a tag. So I'm gonna click down to the bottom. Okay, so now I'm gonna touch this actions bar. So down at the bottom here it says tag. So if a newsletter is clicked, we will add a tag. And what you can do here is you can create a tag. See, create tag, and then you can write whatever you want. So for example, if you have a newsletter and you have two links, so our case is diabetes, and you send one link with a nice picture of health and another link with a nice picture of the beach. Okay, maybe as an example. So you can differentiate and you can separate your contacts into people that responded best to the picture with the beach versus the picture of being healthy or whatever it is. So you can say beach appeal, for example, and you can add it. Oh, sorry, no spaces, okay? So you're not allowed to use spaces, so just say maybe beach appeal. So anyone that opens your particular link, so again, don't forget we need to go to properties and click on probably specific link, right? Because we don't want to separate them just by any link they click. So from this one, and then in this one we have no link. But for example, let me show you somewhere where we do have a link. Hey, welcome to the list. Here we have this link. Okay, so just select that. So basically when they click on that download free whatever file, then they'll be assigned this link. That's really cool. And where you can see your tags is if you go back to your contacts, click search contacts, click on advanced search here. And you can also do that actually by just clicking view more contacts. The advanced search option will be on the left. And you can click on add condition. And the condition will be, you scroll down to tags, is assigned, so is assigned whatever tag, okay? And you can see those people. And then it's going to show contacts, and then boom, okay? So something pretty cool, because you can then email those contacts maybe individually, or you can just mass email the whole list of contacts by here. So now that we've assigned our contacts, now we can say if they have this tag, so if they have a tag beach appeal, we said, for example, then we can send them this message, or we can move them to campaign. Okay, so let me go over these real quick. But that's basically what tags is. Helps you separate your subscribers into different groups, and then you can you can target those groups by maybe mass emailing them as a whole, messages tailored to them. Okay, so let's go over into the actions real quick now. So let's start with send message. Obviously, we've already done that. So if they do one of these, then they will receive this message. If they do one of these, then they will custom field. And then here what's going to happen is, so you can add a custom field. So if they do something, then you can assign them to a particular category here. So this is kind of like setting tags, except that in this case, you're given only particular categories, what they call custom values, okay, custom fields. So for example, if they click my email, then I'm gonna assign their age to 18 to 29 years old, okay? So that's just an option. And then their data is automatically changed to that age, okay? So let me see what other options there are. Yeah, so you can have company, country, fax, gender, home number, source. So maybe ref. You can put ref, and then you can put your own kind of value to them. That's an option that's kind of really similar to tagging, okay, in this case. So that's the custom field. So these guys, these four, copy to campaign, copy to workflow, move to campaign, move to workflow. So if they open an email, for example, and you want to delete them from that campaign and move them to another one, we can put move to campaign or move to workflow if we're talking about this, the same concept. For example, move to campaign. So if, for example, if they, let me just delete some of these now that we've learned a bit about that. So if they clicked on a link, then we can delete them from that campaign and we can add them to another one. So I'm going to go to properties. So what's the target campaign? Diabetes 1 or responder cycle 0. Okay. So when they click on this particular newsletter link, which you can set up by going to properties, right, and picking your link, we've already done that, then they will be moved to this campaign from this campaign. Whatever that campaign email corresponded to, they'll be removed and they will be moved to this new campaign. And that happens if you click move to. If you click copy to, then they will not be deleted from their old campaign. They will only be moved. They will not be deleted from the campaign to which that email corresponds to, only moved to another one. So they will be in 2 different campaigns. So if you're growing your subscriber list and you want to send different, you want to put people in different campaigns at the same time, you can do that with this feature, okay? Move to campaign. So that's basically these 4. Copy means move them, move to campaign means move and delete, okay? You can remove contact. So this is what we did in our first case here. So when they subscribed to our plan, so when they bought the item, we removed them from the old campaign, okay? And we had to do it this way, not this way, because we've already integrated ClickBank with our GetResponse. So because that was already done, the only second part we have to do now is to remove them, okay? So that removes them from a campaign. So for example, I mean, you can say people who don't click on any of your links, remove them from a campaign, right? You can do that. So the next thing we have is wait. So if they opened a link, so for example, when a newsletter is clicked, you can make them wait before they receive anything else. And you can make them wait until any period. So you can say wait until a certain period or wait for, for example, 3 days. So if I do it this way, then when they click on a newsletter link, I click yes. Okay, so when they click on a newsletter link, they will wait for 3 days before receiving anything else, okay? So they will not receive any of your other autoresponders, nothing at all for 3 days. And then after the 3 days expire, they will move on back to your autoresponder sequence to the next day, whatever it was before they waited, okay? So that's basically what that is. And then you have tag, obviously. That's how we set our tags, right? If someone clicks this link, responds best to this, then they will be put in this tag. So the last thing we're going to go over for this automation workflow is are these filters. So let me start off with the amount. So this is pretty cool. So for example, if you are adding someone to a new campaign, so let me say subscribed via, for example. So if you're just adding someone to a new campaign, and you want only maybe the first 100 or the first 50 subscribers to receive an email or a message saying, hey, congratulations, you're one of the first 50 subscribers. Let me give you this free access to this or this free PDF, whatever, okay? So you can set that here by going on, amount, right? And you can select it. So for example, we can make 100. So what this does is, for the first 100 subscribers, we can send them this message. For the next 100 subscribers, we'll send them this message, okay? And then you follow the same steps we did earlier, where you select the message, probably go to drafts, and select the message that you saved as draft, because that's the only way you can create an email without being sent out, okay? So you can do that. So that's your amount. Now, your range is a bit more specific. So the range one allows you to define your range. So instead of this, for instance, instead of the first 100 subscribers, I'm going to say from 50 to 55 and maybe from 100 to 150. So what does this mean? This means that the 50th subscriber up until the 55th and the 100th subscriber up until the 150th will receive this message or will receive this email. That's what it does, okay? And then you do the same thing here and here and yeah, just like that, okay? So last but not least, you have this campaign, and this is basically anyone that subscribes will be put or only applies to this campaign. So for example, you say when the message was opened. So if you have different people in different campaigns, maybe receiving a similar message, then you want only people from this particular campaign to have this action, whatever it is. So have this message, okay? So we'll only send a message. I guess there's not enough space. So for example, we'll only send a message to someone from the Diabetes 1 campaign, okay? So only people from that campaign will receive this action, all right? So that's basically it. I mean, we went over everything here. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. In the next video, I want to go over email analytics and see how show you how that's going to really help you generate sales and see if there's anything you can improve upon. Okay, so thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.